Yo, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. And we are back for the Mandem talk, man. It's been a minute, you know what I'm saying to you? And we're here to discuss all the latest talk on Man United with the Mandem. People, what are you telling me? Rants? What are you telling me,
Yo,
bro?
what's good, bro? Yeah, all good, man. Big up everyone inside. Big up the chat.
Come on. Big up to Rhino in the building. Rhino, what are you saying?
Damn, man, it feels like it's been a minute. It feels weird, man, but we're here, man. Big up everyone, man. Big up the Mandem. As always, it was good to see the Mandem again. You feel me? Summer's air.
Summer.
But yeah, man, big up the chat as well. You lot smash the likes, man. Smash the likes.
Yeah, come on, man. Nerdin, man, even you must be enjoying this weather because roasting. I can't lie, I got my fan right here, man. It's roasting.
I'm on that melanin D, mate. Melanin D. See that? Getting that shine, mate. Getting that shine. My true color.
Come on.
True color coming out, my friend. So yeah, I'm loving it, man. Loving it. It's baking, as the Southerners say. It's baking in there.
It's baking in there.
It's baking.
Come on. Big up to everyone locked in, man. Smash the likes on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, man. The title of the video is the biggest transfer window ever. But it feels like I said to you, every year is the same old story, man. But what you man saying, man? Like, obviously, we got Cunha through the door. We're still waiting on Mbeumo. It don't look like it's going to be Ekitike. It looks like it's more Ekitike. I'll start off with you, Rhino, man. How you feeling, bro? The transfer window so far. Is it been as smooth sail as you thought, or different?
The transfer window is kind of interesting, man, because it started off with a certain vibe. Like, it looked like, boom. All right, cool, Cunha's in. All right, cool, who's next? Whatever. And it looked like there was going to be quite a few players within the first kind of week or so, couple weeks. But yeah, I don't know. You know, with me, I'm not really getting lost into everything. Obviously, I hope we do get the players early, and Ineos have to bring in players. I remember I said it from January. I said summer is very important to me. They need to bring in players. You know, obviously, it looks like Ruben's not going anywhere anytime soon. So they need to back him. They need to give him some players and give him something to work with, and then we can see properly what go on. But yeah, man, obviously Cunha's in. That's a very good addition. The Mbeumo thing's taking a bit long, though. That one I thought, okay, it will be done within the next... After we heard that he wanted us, it went quiet for a bit. Then we're hearing these Tottenham little rumours, and then it's gone quiet again. It's a bit of a weird one with the Mbeumo thing, but I do hope we get him in as well, because if we can get him in, as well as another striker, the front attacking line is going to start looking really good, especially with the likes of Diallo, Amad Diallo as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it'll be nice to just see these players come in, and I hope we can do it early so that they can start going into preseason and the team's just ready, rather than the season starting and it's just all last minute. So yeah, man, it's a bit slow right now. I feel like we need to see something, but yeah, other than that, I'm just waiting and seeing still. Just waiting and seeing.
You know what it is here? See, it's one of them where now we finished 15th, innit? So we're getting players in and around that area where we're trying to fight for, like top 6 area. And obviously all these clubs now, they're not going to sell that prize asset without at least getting what they want. You know what I mean? Like beforehand, we could have that luxury of saying, you know what, we'll go elsewhere. And then we'll come back and then they say, you know what, go on then. We'll take a 50 million. Now, you know what I mean? Right now, you know what I mean? These clubs think they can compete with us on the football pitch because we finished 15th, Mandem. So they can say, you know what, if you want it, pay the money. You know what I mean? Pay the money. If you want this player, if you value him, pay the money. You know what I mean? I just think United just can't miss out on this Mbeumo one. This one for me is like, you can't miss out. Because the drop-off here, man, I hear it by the way today and that. Like, the drop-off is mad. Like,
no, outside, you know what's scary though? You know, the same way we're saying we can't lose to Tottenham, we can't, and we lost, yeah. I don't even want to say this, we can't no more because bro, there's some bad luck there or something, man. Remember we were saying it, we can't lose to Tottenham, it will be mad. So right now, this can't thing, I don't know, maybe we're not even qualified for it, bro. We're not even qualified for it no more. This is where we're at, bro. This is us, bro.
Bro. No, I don't see hijacking because he left Thomas Frank. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, cool, Thomas Frank's at Tottenham, but the main thing is that he left for to go and pursue his dream. Listen, a lot of players, their dream is to play for Man United. I know people are not going to like that, but their dream is to still play for Man United. Like, all their family are United fans. They grew up watching United. It might not be the United that's winning big boy trophies, but some of these lot, they want to still fulfill their dream, you know? You know what I mean? And still play for Man United. So people have to always put that into question. And that's why he chose us over Tottenham. You get me? So I don't know. I'm for me, it's like right now, the second bid has to come in. We need to find out what the second bid's saying. Once the second bid comes in, that should be the final bid that should go through the door. It's just whether United are either sorting out the structure of the payment that they do nowadays, or, like I said, they deem, you know what, let's wait around and let's see how Brentford go about it, or they're gonna stay to their stance. I don't know. Now, but
Saeed, if you look at the history, like even how we went in for Mount, and we knew the kind of maximum they want to go for. This one is like they've just stalled. So I don't know. It's a bit booky, man. It's a bit booky, man. It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. I don't know. Man, I don't know. It could be completely fine in it, but I don't know why all of a sudden it's just stopped. Normally you send the first bid in knowing that you're going to go higher, then you just get it out of the way. Next bids, increase it a bit. Because for me, it was just raw. Add 5 million on and that's it. You know, keep the add-ons the same and then let's go. But I don't know. Maybe they don't want to pay no. I don't know. Right now it's just speculation. Isn't it? Maybe some of the Mandem have got any insights behind the scenes or something. But right now, I don't know what's stalling it, man. Unless you guys have any other theories. But for me, it's just like, what's going on? Why is it taking so long? You know?
Yeah. What do you say, Rats? What do you think? So far, obviously, we've got Konya through the door. Are you calmer? You know what I mean? Like, what's your kind of thinking towards like the situation right now?
I think the Mbeumo deal's pretty much done, bruv. It's a formality. Yeah. I'm not even worried about it. I'll be completely honest. It's just one of them things where United are trying to make sure that they structure it in a way that they think is the best structure for them. That's it. Like, it's one of them ones. He's got a year left. He wants to play for us. We can afford him. Like, it's just that I see no problems. Like, Fabrizio even said that, yo, like, them and Brighton are notoriously just hard to negotiate with.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because they don't need to sell. So it's one of them things where they've just lost their manager. They're probably going to lose at least another player because managers tend to go back into their old team and take someone in it. So they're probably going to lose a couple players. They might lose Visa, or they might lose someone else, and they're going to lose Mbeumo as well. So, brother, I'll be real. The deal's done, innit? Like, it's just people just want their dopamine, innit? But it's done.
That's it.
I'm not really. I don't care. Like I already said, you see players like him, players like Konya, players like Gyökeres or whatever. Them man don't even need a preseason, bro. You can just start them first day of the season, bro. Like they'll just do the individual brilliance thing and win you a game, innit? Like it's gonna have nothing to do with coaching, how these guys play in it, because coach has been here for nearly a whole season and man ain't seen him improve no one. So I don't think a preseason helps this coach. I'll be honest, but the players help. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't really, I'm not fussed, bro. I think he's a Man United player before the end of this month. And we still got what 10 days left, 10, 11 days.
Yeah. 10 days, around 10 days left to the end of the window. You know what I'm saying? Man. You know what it is? You know what it is, though? I think obviously we had that dopamine at the start, innit? And this is the problem. You know as well, it's the fact that it's one of the biggest summers. You're seeing teams building, you're seeing the gap. United have obviously finished 15. I feel like it's one of them where, and we know that the manager had a bad season. So when you put all that together, that's where everyone's anxious. Everyone's like, yo.
Well, not really, because the teams that we should be competing with next season ain't done shit. If you're being honest.
Who's that?
Tottenham.
Yeah.
Tottenham's, Aston Villa's, Newcastle's, them teams that are around that are trying to get into the top four, like, and stay in the top four, them kind of teams, Nottingham Forest, them man ain't done shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've signed one player, they've signed none. So we're not behind the people that we're going to be like looking at next season. We're not looking at Liverpool or Man City next season. And we're not looking at Arsenal, really. Like,
no way.
Them three are the only consistent teams in the league, that you can say consistently they're going to do enough, to make the top four, like, no doubts. So I'm not looking at those three teams. Like it's everyone else, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Chelsea on paper, I don't think they're a shoe in for the top 4 based on just signing Delap, bro. They got no wingers, so they need to do business still. Like it's only them 3 teams are the only teams I'm confident in. Everyone else is, I think, it's a free for all outside of them 3.
It's about the consistency, though, isn't it? Like obviously the team, the way they set up and that.
Chelsea are not consistent. They're not.
No,
they
Chelsea,
showed that last season.
Chelsea. The thing is with Chelsea, yeah, they've got enough players in their team to figure it out. Yeah. With United, I don't know if they've got enough players in their team to figure it out. That's a problem.
They just about figured it out last season. I wouldn't say they got enough players to figure it out. They just about figured it out. Obviously, Mudrik's been banned. Sancho's left. So Delap's come in. So they're debatably stronger now than they were last season if they don't sign no one else. They're not stronger, bro. They need to sign more players.
Yeah. But like I said, I think for me this summer, when I look at it, I'm saying still at least 4 to 5 signings. We got 1 through the door now. You know what I mean? Mbeumo should come through the door, hopefully. Then I'm looking at least a midfielder or 2. You know, possibly. I
think we'll probably only get 1. I'll be honest. I think we're only getting 1. I don't think we're going to get 2 because Bruno stays.
Criminal, man. Criminal. I get it. It's 1 game a week, yeah, but I still think United need 2 midfielders. If you get 1, it needs to be like a proper midfielder, like a Beleba or Watkins.
Would you rather want 2 midfielders and no goalkeeper, or 1 midfielder and another goalkeeper? What would you rather have?
No, I need a keeper, so I'll take the one.
I think we need a keeper.
I'll take the 1 midfielder. The manager sees Bruno is in that double pivot now, so like we can't look at him as a 10 no more. Like clearly the manager sees him as a double pivot.
He sees him as the 8 though. Hence why.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
mad.
This season,
mad.
Like if this summer we don't get a 6, then boy, it will be a very, very long day again. We haven't had a man who could conduct the orchestra since Michael Carrick. So you get someone in there that can, you know, like Adam Wharton. You need someone like Adam Wharton, someone of that sort of.
Bro, that's my guy. Yeah.
In the midst of all chaos, he's that calm. Do you know what I mean? He'll, as soon as someone's, say for example, we're under pressure, we're cramped in our box. If you give the ball to Adam Wharton, he will take his time. He will look left. He will look right. He will slow down the game to his sort of tempo. And he will know the right tempo to play the game at. If it's a fast game, he will keep that tempo. But if he needs to slow it down and take the pressure off his team, then he will do so. That's exactly the 6 we need, especially next to someone like Bruno, who is chaos. He needs someone next to him who is calm. That will obviously complement his game, innit? It's clear that we're going to keep Bruno. So I think a 6 is as essential as a 9 this season. This summer, sorry. I'll be very, very awesome.
Yeah, man. You know what it is? The thing is with the number 9, though, it's like we don't even have to be picky, man. That midfield, you got to be like bringing the right midfielder. This is why I'm just like, United have got the wrong kind of mindset of like focus on the striker, but it's like, yo, sort the midfield out, man. Because that's where, let's be honest, man, we lost the final, yeah, because Bruno left that midfield wide open and he kept giving the ball away. We didn't really have control. And they won the physical battle in that midfield. Yeah, we didn't create enough and we did. But to be fair, we had our few chances here and there and the keeper did well. But you could say that midfield was our biggest problem. You could see it, bro. Like, they outbossed us in that midfield. And the manager, what's his name? He just counteracted everything what Amrin did, and he actually done us over. And so my thing is like, yeah, striker is a big thing, and I think we should get striker through the door. But the whole reason why we always struggle year in, year out, and we could always see it, midfield. What's going on there? So that's where my kind of biggest concern is. You know what I'm saying to you? So it's just, yeah, man, it's one of them where every position we're not going to fill. I understand it. You know, when you talk about Rhino, like, yo, would you rather have this or that? I get it, yeah. But at this current rate right now, we do need like starters coming through the door, getting into position and starting. That's what we need. That's what we need. Simple. That's what we need, man. We need starters getting in through the door and making an impact. That's what we need.
I'll come in. You didn't ask me the same question, but I'll come in.
Yeah, go on, bro.
Woeful again, my friend. Eating dried, uncooked rice. That's what it is. Supporting Manchester United through uncooked rice. I totally disagree, and I love my brother. They got Kings first of all. I totally disagree with Vance. I'm old enough to remember they put Ronaldinho in a United shirt. They put Alan Shearer in a United shirt and said, "This deal done, sealed. See him next season at Old Trafford." Now, to me, until I see a player holding a shirt, I have to believe. In terms of the Mbeumo deal, the guy's got a year left in his contract, and they think they can bully us. But I suppose every team bullies us, innit? So
apparently, it's 2 years. It's 2 years.
Nice stop, Saeed. Listen, for the year optional, player and the club have to agree that year. The player is only contracted to last year. The year optional is an optional if the player and the club decide there's a further year. So don't get it twisted. I know that's how the press have tried to remix it. A year optional is only if the player agrees. The player has told Brentford, I don't want to play for you guys. I'm leaving. He told them apparently at the beginning of the season, he said, this is going to be my last year, all due respect. I'm not signing a new contract. They approached him at the beginning last summer, said to him, listen, let's tie you up, because they knew that Tony dipped. And they were like, let's tie you up. You're going to be the central guy. You're going to be the main guy at the football club now. And he was like, nah, I ain't signing no contract. So at the end of the day, the negotiation's got to be on our side, because the player wants to come to us. One, he's on his last year of contract, but Man United are dilly-dally NFC, innit? Dilly-dally. We're back again, innit? Dilly-dally. F that fucking Fabrizio, that prick. Yeah? Wow. Getting the fan base in a fucking spin, retweeting every little tweet that he tweeted. It's absolute shambles what that guy's doing. Anyway, in terms of what we need, and this being the biggest transfer, yeah, it is the biggest transfer in the club's history. 1973-74. The last time you finished with the worst point difference. Actually, back then, in the 1970s, you only got 2 points for a win.
Yeah.
So actually, this team is worse than 73-74 that went down. People don't do that. In the 1970s, you only got 2 points for a win. At the end of the day, so it is the biggest. You know, I see that the ticket hike, you know, prices and all of that. And it's like almost, it's adding insult to injury. My guy took us to fucking 15th with Ineos and Glazers, yeah? And you're talking about midfield, Saeed. I don't know what football you watch, King, but the guy don't believe in midfield. He don't.
But he won't be in the job for long, then, will he?
The video's out there, the video's on there on my channel. When I broke it down, I said, we've won and got, before he even came to United, when we were linked with Amarim, I was like, you're getting a guy who vacates the midfield in the Premier League. You're getting another guy who actually doesn't believe. Yeah, obviously with Ten Hag, it was a single pivot. When we were getting murdered right, left and centre with that basketball evocation of football, this guy actually expects one of the centre-halves to get into that kind of DM role, that 6 that the brother's talking about, that had important, that 6 to get in. And none of our 6s are that techie enough to actually play the, you know, get the ball, receive the ball back to goal, other than maybe Euro. But Euro's still developing. And I won't put that on him. So none of them are. Yeah, Martinez, when he's facing the play, but I've never seen him on his back to goal, collecting the ball. So at the end of the day, this is what we're at. But, okay, if you do that, then you need to have, like, the way his system was in the Portuguese league, by the way.
Yeah.
And I think that's lower than, I think the Portuguese league for me is like League One standard. Especially when I see that cyborg, the way he runs and murders people, that cyborg, Swedish cyborg, yeah, how he's faster, stronger than everybody else. Because that's the only win I can see when I watch that league. So at the end of the day, the wingbacks have to be like wingers. So the way to play out through the first phase, if you don't get a 6, you need to have actually people who are technically secure as the wingbacks to get on the ball and to actually ball carry. Oh, now we're getting Cunha. Well, I mean, Cunha is already here. He has to drop deep and he has to secure. But if you can only play one, all they do, other teams will do in the Premier League, everybody learns quick in the Premier League. They'll just put 2 players either side of Cunha and then he'll go deep, try to receive it, bam, transitioned. That will happen. But if you got 2 or 3 players coming deep, then it's a total different type of story. So at the end of the day, in terms of what midfield, everybody understands and knows. The last great midfield we had was 3. Hargreaves, Scholes, Carrick. And that was a balance of blend. Manchester United haven't. Other than Matic, Herrera and Pogba. Yeah. That's the only time we actually came close where we could play actually 3 players in that position. So for me, this transfer window, yeah, Rance is saying it's interesting. He said this should doesn't need a preseason. Yeah, you would think you don't need a preseason, but I don't want any excuses. So that's why I'm like, getting the players, let them have the preseason, because next season there's nowhere to hide, there's nowhere to go for Ineos, for Omar Barada, Boldy Barada, for Jason Weetabix Wilcox, and any of these other clowns. There is nowhere to hide. Jim, the absolute rat glazer, nowhere to hide, mate. So for me, everything they have to do, this is their guy, this is their man. You know, Spurs acted like a bigger club than Manchester United, it must be said. A guy who took United to the lowest position since 1973 in 50 years. And the guy who got them the first European trophy. And they're like, see you later, mate. And that's how mad it is where United are. But in terms of expectations, actually, a lot of something you were saying, we're not competing with Newcastle. Newcastle are a way better team than us. We're not competing with Chelsea. Chelsea don't have to do much. They've got ballers, like you said, Rance, who can actually score goals for them. They've got people who can bail them out, who do some brilliance and bail them out. We're competing with West Ham, mate. Brighton, Brentford, Crystal Palace. This is who we're competing with, people. And I'm sorry, but that's where we are in the table. And you're only good as where you've been, not where you used to be. So for me, that's how I see the transfer window. It is important. I said it, and I told everybody. Everybody was saying to me, but next season now 2.5 months away now. Our first pre-season game's the 19th of July.
Yeah, a month away.
Now, so that less than 4 weeks. Less than 4 weeks. Now United are playing their first pre-season game. At the end of the day, I said 7 starters to his liking. 7 starters to his liking. And he don't get them in, then my guy's in trouble, mate. He is in trouble. He is in trouble. And I'm genuinely excited for the beginning of the season. I know that sounds weird, but I'm super excited.
Well, excited by the fact that you're going to see...
I'm excited because there's nowhere to hide, man. There's nowhere... He told me the good times are coming back. Omar Potato Head Barada told me, he told me, we learned from last season. It was good that we went through what we went through, right? And we've learned from it. So the CEO and the coach are telling me, yo, the good times are coming back and we've learned. So I want to see the learnings now. Now, Manchester I've got 3 home games to be in the first 5. 3 home games. I don't care who is against. Arsenal,
Burnley, and
Chelsea.
All winnable.
9 points, mate. 9 points.
Yep.
9 points.
Oh, no, Barca, please don't do this, man. Please.
9 points. So for me,
I'm saying the same thing as Nerden.
Listen, and Burnley.
Last time you told us 5 out of 5, man.
So I think it's the next 5 wins, but okay.
It's Burnley, so it's Chelsea, Arsenal, and Burnley.
Arsenal, Fulham away, Burnley
at home, Chelsea at home, City away. Yeah. So we've got 3 games. 3 games. So for me, I'm like, we always do a scam business. We always do a stick-up job on Fulham. You know what I mean? Our record there, we always get a last-minute winner. Boring, dud game, but we always get a winner. So that I'll take. The only game I'm like is a derby away at Man City. And maybe that's a game that's in the air. But I expect out of possible 15, 11 to 12 points.
With what players, though? With what players, Nordy? What players are going to get you these wins?
Well, what players? With what players? The players
that... Because my thing is, last time I spoke to Saeed the other day on the morning...
I don't think, Musa, bro, I don't think you heard. Maybe down there in South London, the Wi-Fi ain't going great. Maybe it's melted.
It's better than money.
Let me say something. I said the coach told me the good times are coming back. Omar Potato and Barada told me we've learned from last season. So by that, I'm excited.
Forget about that. Forget that.
10 games look good.
Forget that. I know certain on the script that will tell me, listen, you see them 4 man there? We've got them. I know we ain't got them because you ain't fighting, brother. You're not built for it. And that's my man. Amarin is not built for it. You're not going to fight with Amarin. Forget Amarin. Amarin is not doing anything for us, Mandem. This guy. Remember I told you, Saeed, individual brilliance FC is what I'm hoping for next season. So I need to see who these individuals are going to be. Cunha can win us a game. Ahmad can win us a game, but I need more type of players. And Mbeumo can win us a game. I'm not depending on the manager who only won 11 games all season, 7 at home. 7. You get 19 games at home, you know, and you only won 7 at home. You got to understand the reality. Even if you just win your home games, you're in 50 points plus. And another thing is, I looked at the league. I said, let me look at these numbers. You need a minimum of 60 goals to get anywhere close to the top 4. If you don't score 60 goals in a Prem, you're not getting into that top 4. Look at the teams that got into the top 4 this season, or even the top 5. They all had 60. Example, Villa only scored 57 goals, and they couldn't get into the top 4, top 5. You need to score goals, bro. And if you don't have goals, you're not getting nowhere close up there. And the reality is, the last time we scored 60 goals or something like that, that's the times we were finishing in the top 4 or getting close to it, like 57, 58. They're the last times we got up there. And with this season, we scored about 40 goals or something like that. Yeah, we're in problems. We need to score goals. So it's got to be a lot of individual brilliance. And I believe some of these players to do it. But Amrin ain't going to do anything. Forget about Amrin. He's under pressure. We just need players that come in that can just score these goals for us. And that's what I'm betting on. Because even the Europa League run was based on the players trying to pull something out the hat. And when they couldn't do it in the final, it was game, set, match. The manager couldn't change the game. He was sitting on the touchline, just watching the game go ahead, and he couldn't change it. So for me, I got no hope in these players. I'm waiting to see who comes through. But Cunha's not going to be enough. Cunha gets us, like, I don't know, fighting for, you know, top half of the league and stuff like that with someone like Ahmad. But there's not enough individual brilliance in this team, what we're going to need. Because if I look at the Arsenal game, and you tell me we got Mbeumo and Cunha, I know that man can snatch a game away from anyone on their own. Forget about the tactics. That man will snatch the game on their own. And then everyone will be like, Amrin's cooking. Brother, he's not. That's how I see this thing. He's not. We're under pressure.
I think Ruben wants, and I think those two concepts marry of what you're trying to say there, Musa. I think he also wants a new front line as well. And it also is demanding goals as well. So I kind of think he would agree with you and say he wants a whole new front line to produce those big moments to score goals. So I know you're leaning towards the world of manager out, but I think those two concepts, if you play back what you just said there, I think they coincide together. So I think Ruben would be agreeing with you. And I think, you know, that shows with what the movement's happened in the market. He wants a brand new set of goals in terms of a front line to go and get towards that 60 goal mark. You know, and that's clear as day. And we've been carrying, you know, the lack of goals for many a season now, you know, and like you said, under 60 goals. So but again, I believe in the manager. But it's about getting the players in. More importantly than getting the players in, though, Musa, it's about getting the players out. Getting rid of these players, even if it has to be at 15 million each of them, and you get a sell-on clause or a performance clause of if they score 10 goals, if they score 15 goals, give me an extra 5 million or whatever it is. There has to be some creative ways of getting rid of these players, Musa, because that allows us then to go and get the bigger players and the more quality players. Even if we have to take the losses, it's sins of the past right now. We really are suffering. We've been holding on to Luke Shaw's for too long. It's just too long now. And I can't see another manager get shagged because, you know, we're holding on to players that don't fit their system or not good enough against the competition, you know, at the Premier League level. So let's see what happens. I'm very excited as well for same like Nuruddin for this season. And again, the first 5 games, they look like a lot of winnable football matches there.
That's crazy, man. I can't lie to you. I don't see it. For me, the Arsenal games are crucial.
I just want to say to myself, I don't think you're excited. Because the way I'm excited is totally different to you, pal.
but then that means I'm excited, and then you're nervous, or there's a build-up of fear or worry or doubt.
Excitement, my friend.
No, I'm excited. I believe I'm going to be in the stadium against Arsenal, kicking and screaming, believing in Ruben, believing in Omar Barada, believing in Manchester United Football Club. I'm excited, bro. And I want to see, but to complete it and to fulfill my proper excitement for the club, we have to get rid of players. It's not even bring in yet. I'm not even talking about bring in yet. I would even firm keeping a Sancho if other little if like 6 or 7 others are gone. Like this, because we can't get rid of everyone and we can't bring in everyone. But I would take, you know, a small win or loss there for a bigger win later on down the road. But I can't see stagnant stuff happening anymore. You know, I wanted Omarada to come out, and it sounds like he's looking still towards the future, which is good. But now I need someone like Sir Jim to come out and say, what was the plan in the summer? What is happening right now? Why are players not coming out of the football club? Any means necessary, get rid of them. You need to gut out the club so that we can free up Baleba as a player that we should be able to. It doesn't matter how you get the money together. 15, 20, even 30 million, you put down your 30 million now because you've sold a Rashford for 10 million or you've sold a whoever it is for 15, 20 million. Get those players in the football club and then worry about it again next season. But I'm very excited, Nuruddin. I believe the first 5 games look very exciting for us. If, like you said, 5 to 7 come in, you said 7, but I would say 5 to 7 come in, and then another 6 to 8 go out. 6 players at least need to be gone, and I don't care how it happens.
You know what it is for me though. It's like I think that biggest indicator would be the Arsenal game. If we win that game, then you've got almost like a belief that go on then let's do it. But I agree with Marcel.
I don't agree, you know, Saeed. I don't believe the Arsenal game means anything. It's what we do against the quote unquote lesser clubs. Because against the better clubs, we tend to play better under this manager anyway. So I don't think the Arsenal game means anything. Like if we get Cunha and Mbeumo, yeah, and say another attacker, and we park the bus against Arsenal and beat them on the break, like everything's not fixed, bro.
Like, no, I don't think so.
Everything's not fixed, and there's a possibility that can happen. There's a possibility we can play a 5-4-1 against.
You know what it is though?
Think it out. Arsenal 1-0. Like it's what we do against the teams that we're supposed to beat is what's going to tell me about this manager, because this is where we've struggled under him, really. Because we beat City last season under this manager, and we thought that we were going to build on it, and we didn't. We still ain't won 2 games in a row.
You know what it is? That's the problem. The thing is, if we beat Arsenal, then we have the chance to kind of kill off the fact that we haven't won 2 back-to-back games by beating Fulham. If we lose to Arsenal and lose to Fulham, it is long for everybody. That's just the reality. If you lose to Arsenal and you somehow lose to Fulham, and then we're talking about Amrin's flipping, has to win his first game. Your third game can't be a must-win. Where are we going here?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said it.
Your third game cannot, it cannot be a must-win. And with Amarin, it would be, because the fan base will not be happy. Like, we're just in different times. Sadly, he's got to accept it. We're in a world where everything is over-advertised, over-analyzed, you know, over, like, the news is all over. My man will not be able to breathe. He will not be able to look anywhere, but man's going to be on him. So for me, he has to get off a... At least don't lose the game, draw the game, do what you got to do. But those first 2 games, I think it will be good for Man United to get 2 back-to-back wins, to be like, cool, we've actually 2 back-to-back wins, the first 2 in over a year, because we haven't won back-to-back since February last year. And that's like, so we're already going into a year and a half. We don't want that to carry on 2026. Like we go into that and then we still haven't won back-to-back. That's, no, we don't need all of that. We need to get, I think it's important, but again, it's individual brilliance for me, man. Because the 2 names we've been linked to, we've got one in Cunha and we've got one in Mbeumo. And I think, I mean, we haven't got one in with Mbeumo. And I just feel like the Mbeumo thing for me is this, like, he wants to come to Man United. And for whatever reason, Man United are not getting the deal done. But I don't think that you can just be relaxed enough as Man United because football's strange. Right now, it's only Spurs that are talking tough. If another team on our caliber, I've seen man say that it was a dream to play for United. Next minute, they said it was a dream to play for Chelsea. I've seen it in 24 hours. Man started talking about, was it Caicedo? Caicedo said he dreamed to play for everybody.
It might have been John Obi McNeil, but bro, listen, like, brother, I'll be honest here. It's one of them things.
Coming in out, by the way, the mic's cracking a little bit.
Hey, bro, the one thing I would say about the Mbeumo thing, yeah, and even Nuruddin touched on it, bro. You need to understand here that if the player wants to play for the club, yeah, and the other team know they're resound to losing him, they're gonna sell him. We can take our time, bro, because if we didn't and we paid over the odds, the man would be saying, "Oh, United got their pants pulled down last year of his contract, bro." Like it's minor details, but sometimes the minor details is what takes the most amount of time, bro. Like it just is what it is. I'm not really worried. Like the fact that the player wants to play for us, even the Ronaldinho thing, yeah, that you mentioned, Nuruddin. Ronaldinho said himself, yeah, that if it wasn't for the relationship with Laporta, he would have signed for Man United. It was something that was out of the hands of Sir Alex Ferguson. So it was just one of those things. It was an anomaly. But usually these things don't happen, innit? The player said he wants to play for the team, supported the team as a child. His old manager has basically come in for him and he said, nah, park that off. So if he's not going to play for Thomas Frank, then I'm sure he'll play for us, innit? Like, it would have to be something out of this world, yeah, for him to end up somewhere else. There's probably more of a chance that he stays where he is than he ends up going somewhere else, in my opinion, just because of the way the Spurs noise kind of got pushed to the side so quick. It was the same day. It wasn't
I'm with you, Rams, yeah. But you see, if Chelsea came in for him,
bro, Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm with you. But you see, Chelsea, they like to rob man's players. If Chelsea came in for Mbeumo, it will be a difficult game because Chelsea's not Spurs. Chelsea is a different. There's a lot of Mandem over there, and we all know we need wingers, and he will actually be playing over there. If Chelsea come in for Mbeumo, yeah, why us man are still dilly-dallying about.
Mbeumo doesn't suit their wage structure, bro. That's why they're looking at scrubs like Gittins and that, bro. Like Mbeumo,
they want young players.
Mbeumo's gonna want 150, 160. Chelsea want someone they're gonna put a 90K a week.
90K, yeah.
For 9 years, bro. You know them. So Chelsea, they're not looking at him, bro. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not really.
Because the Mbeumo thing's for us to flop, but the problem is, I believe we're floppers. Like United, they've taken the eye off the ball a couple times, and that's the problem. I ain't got no doubt in the player wants to come. The player wants to play for us, but I think Man United are the issue because I don't get it. They're talking about it's not close yet, but it should get done. Look at flipping Williams. He told Barca, "Yeah, I want to play for you. Like, I'm not chatting to anybody else." Barca said, "No more. Let's look at the contract. Let's see what we can do." Things are moving quick. Us, man, we're still talking about, nothing's been said. And I don't know.
But Williams told Barca he wanted to play for them last year, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this has been an ongoing saga. This is the second year he's been linked with them.
Second year, man.
Possibly second and a half, nearly third year, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? People are speculating like he's been waiting for Barcelona this whole time, innit? Like, this has been a saga. The Williams to Barcelona has been similar to the Man United Sancho deal, bro. We knew we were going to sign Sancho 2 years before it happened, bro. Like that deal.
I think the difference is now he's let them know he's definitely leaving this year. He's not sticking around.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing. This year he's either going to end up in Munich, Arsenal, but he's let them know I've waited, but this year I'm gone, and they've moved on it. And I just feel like, I think we need a lot of players, but I think I'll be more comfortable knowing that we've got Cunha and Mbeumo and Ahmad in the same team because that's individual brilliance. I told you, man, I'm counting on only individual brilliance this season. I'm not counting on anything else. The only thing that can save us is these man just getting 2 clutch goals in a game, and somehow we manage to shut up shop and then we get the win. We saw that happen a lot of the times with like Eric Ten Hag when like McTominay will come in and just some individual thing and do his thing. So I feel like we've got Bruno, we're going back to that. And I feel like even Bruno's someone that's capable of doing that, having moments. So I think
gonna pass to them.
But forget about all of that. Forget about all of that. Because we know we're rubbish. But when the ball lands, no, but come on, the ball's.
You need to supply the guys who are gonna get you the goals.
Now, you know one thing I'm gonna say, and I said this the other day. I believe you see a totally different Dorgu this season because of who he's got next to him in Cunha, other than flipping Garnacho and that. Because Dorgu, every game I watched Dorgu, he was up and down that wing for the full 90 minutes. There was not a point that he didn't defend or attack, and he was putting balls in. And sometimes the number 10 that will get the ball will not play with him, no combination, or he wouldn't make much of it. I think if Dorgu gets in the same positions he got in last year with someone like Cunha, we get more goals. And I believe Ahmad done the exact same thing on the other wing. So the manager's just bypass the midfield. That's who's passing the ball. The people who pass the ball in Amrin's team is Ahmad and Dorgu. They're the man that's getting the balls to the 10. Like you said, he's bypassing the midfield.
Yeah, the wingbacks are a key part of the system, innit? Like for me, I think for me, with Dorgu, he's someone that once you have a solid foundation, you can compensate a Dorgu. He's not going to be as big of a liability in the team. It's only when you, like you said there, the left 10 ain't really having the chemistry, so then he's left exposed on that side, and then he's looking like he's not really doing anything. Then the midfield isn't covered as well, because when he goes forward, there's spaces on his side.
He's a ball carrier, Saeed. Like, forget about, look, everyone wants him to score the goals and do all of that, but that's not his game. But in terms of carrying the ball from defense to attack, Dogu done that all season since he came. He's a ball carrier. And then he gave it to the number 10, who's meant to be the man who gives the assist, scores the goal. And our number 10, Garnacho, didn't do anything with it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree. I think
for me, I like Dogu.
Yeah. My thing is, I think the fullbacks here, Ahmad, Dogu, you've got Dallo, you've got also who else
Dallo's a problem.
You got that Leon kid as well that we brought in as well.
That's
good as well. I hate to say Luke Shaw, but Luke Shaw is something that's there. You know what I mean? So the ish. But like I said, this Dogu guy, he seems to be fit. He's a fit guy. He's someone that, we're playing one game a week as well. It's not as if, we're playing in multiple competitions. So the fullback should be good. You know what I mean? They should be all right for that position right there. Even though I think one more could have been ideal, but it is enough. Dolo can play both sides as well. Mazraoui can play there as well. So we're kind of good on that side. Obviously, the strikers
how can you say that? How are we good on that side? When the wingbacks get the most space and we have the least quality in those two spaces. What are you talking about?
No, but I hear you.
We might have players, we might have personnel to be able to fit in that. I agree with you. We might have personnel that can play there, and I think maybe that's what you're saying. So I don't want to misunderstand you. But in terms of quality, the space in this system is the two wide guys, right? The wingbacks get all the space in this. I
agree.
And the quality from them have been absolutely woeful. Obrigado, Tax. The idea that I have to go to Old Trafford in a couple of months' time to watch Obrigado on that right-hand side. What are you saying? Telling me that we've got something. He is woeful.
He needs to go.
Musa, you know what? I apologize. Get me back 1%.
Nah. Wan-Bissaka is better than Obrigado.
He is. He is better than Obrigado. He is so much better than Obrigado.
I'm sorry.
He's an athlete, especially in this system. He's an athlete. He gets up and down. You need someone that can get up and down. Obrigado
this season was stinker. And he played every minute of every game when he was fit. And I can't have that again. I don't want to watch that shit again.
If it's a backup,
let me just say something to you. I watched the game. Obviously, I was at was that the game? Or was I watching it? I don't know if I probably watched it on TV. And I actually saw when he played right wing back. I think I might have been sat next to you, Saeed. We both watched the Wolves game at home. Yeah. We didn't go to the game, right? And it actually looked better on the right-hand side than he did on the left-hand side. Because on his left foot, he cut in and he put in a couple of dangerous balls into that space, actually, towards towards that danger zone where between the centre half and the fullback. He put a couple of balls into there, but Rasmus, was already doing WWE somewhere outside outside the area with tussling with people. So I actually think he looked better on the right hand side, and I'm like, thank God, get Obrigado Tax out of this team. I think Manchester United need another person. We need another wing back. We need a winger that can play the wing back role.
Managing
are we talking about on what side? On the right? Are you talking about the right hand side specifically, Noreen?
What I'm saying to you in terms of Dogu, so Musa was talking about Dogu, right? Saeed was saying that we got this person, and I'm saying the only game that I actually saw Dogu have a good game was actually when he checks, because with the way he runs, he's only 20 years old. I mean, we know the guy he works with in Manchester to develop that developmental coach that he pays privately, that he works with, right? Yeah. He's got a lot to learn. Yes, he's got the athleticism, he's got the energy, but the quality on the ball is hit and miss. And with young players,
you know why that is, though, That's what I said to you. Because the quality up front wasn't great, so therefore he looked bad.
At times it's on the ball. Saeed, it's a ball. Listen, it's on the ball. What he's doing on the ball, he's woeful on the ball.
Now, there's no combinations. Now it's not Noradine. Noradine, when you watch back Noradine. Yeah, he's not the best. He's not the best. Noradine, look, He's not the finished article. We're not going to say he
And
is.
we're watching him week in and week out in the stadium, and he can't cross
And
a
you-
fucking ball on his left foot. He
What
goes
he can
tries to go
cross?
on the outside. He does two dopey things. He trips over
No,
himself.
Jordan.
He gives the ball away. I don't know what you guys are
Jordan.
watching.
Jordan, the way off the
I don't know
mark.
why
Is
you
he
guys.
polished?
That's what I'm trying to say. Let me finish. What I'm trying to say to you guys that he actually looked better on the right hand side because he checks in, other than going down the line, he checks in with his left foot and he whips it into that.
No, all you see is
I used to get cussed for that, Nerdin. Remember, I was saying he can play multiple positions, including right wing back and left wing
Yeah, you
back,
did,
and
you
everyone
did,
say
you
no,
did,
no.
you did,
So
You did.
anyway,
No, but you know what we said?
that's neither here nor there for me, Nerdin. I'm already in that thought process and mind thought. Just to go on what Saeed and Musa are saying, though, he does look very nervous. And to add to your point as well, the Nerdin, he's young, so he looks that nervous and young thing. They're connected. But what I would say though is we do need another maybe left wing back or right wing back to get what Tex is saying, which side it is. It doesn't matter really. It just needs more quality, which is adding to what you're saying, Nerdin. But what I would say, and what Saeed was kind of saying is, can we survive with the personnel issue just for one more season? But let me land it on Nerdin. If I can get you a goalkeeper, which ups the level of goalkeeper, and if I can get you a centre midfielder, which doesn't matter if it's a 6 or 8, but just a never top starting quality option there. Because then we can because don't get me wrong, I want to get rid of Obrigado immediately as well. But at the same time, I would deal with what we have in terms of the options in wing back. Ahmad's good enough there, and we'll create. He can access the space very well and attack the space very well. Dorgu will get better at it, and like you said, he can play on the right wing back side. The Leon kid, the Diego Leon kid, he looks like a bullish. He looks really powerful. So that's another kind of option. Yeah, don't get me wrong, Nurdin, you're right. Nori would have been better. Kirkes would have been better. Somebody more prolific and established. Give me Lucas Hernandez, please, Nuruddin. But just in the predicament that we're in, can we deal with the personnel as it stands now? And then you go into the market, you complete your 3 forwards. That means you're getting closer to your 60 goals, like what Musa's saying. And then can you get me a midfielder that can be a very good partner for Bruno? Because we know Bruno's going to win matches, Musa. I feel like he's one of those, moments of brilliance players alongside your front 3. And then the back line could need more improvement because, like what Saeed's saying, we need someone to step into the midfield, play back to goal at times, these little tweaks. But I think, and I agree with you, Nerdin, it's the most important position, the wing backs, but I would stick with the personnel issue here. Get me a new goalkeeper immediately and a new midfielder, plus those front 3, and then maybe one more starting position player, which could be at left wing back if you do your outgoings, Nerdin. But I would suffer one more season with the wing backs if I can get a goalkeeper and midfielder.
Yes, goalkeeper midfielder. Yeah, thank you. This is the thing, though. It's about understanding where we're at. And I want to go back to Texino in a bit because I know we had something to say. But it's about understanding, Nordin, that I would love to fill every position. But at this minute right now, United are dilly-dallying around Mbeumo, dilly-dallying around Ekitike. We're not even got a midfield target in right now. You know what I mean? Man like Omar Barada, the waffler, he said he can't do everything in one window. This right now is looking at, right, okay, cool. How do we assess the main key components of the team? Left wing back, whether we like it or not, they've chosen Dorgu in January as the guy that they want to go forward with in this system. Like I said, hear me out. They said, right, we've got that Leon kid coming through as well. We've also got Mazarawi and Dallo who can play there as well in that position. So they can look at it and think, you know what? We're good for now in that position, but there is more priority in other areas that need attention. I get it. Everywhere needs attention. But specifically, the midfield, the 10s, they're the key components for me. You sort them out, everything else should align together. But go on, Texino. You're going to say something, bro.
Yeah, no. So now I'm asking in terms of right or left. In terms of the right is basically covered, bro. As you said there, Nuruddin, Dorgu actually plays better on the right-hand side because he could cut back in, and you saw forgot who he played against. He was whipping couple balls back post, as you were saying, Nuruddin. However, the way Amarim wants to set up clearly next season is by playing Amad Diallo right wing back. He is going to be our outlet on the right-hand side with Mbeumo right in that right pocket and potentially another striker. Hence why I am saying a midfielder is very essential. The left-hand side you can leave out for now. Look at another team that plays this type of system. Inter Milan, for example, do you think DeMarco is their outlet on the left? No, he is not. It's Dumfries on the right, and he's caused chaos. We need Amad Diallo to do the same thing, and we're only papering over the cracks for now because it's step by step. We can't go and get a world-class left wing back. What world-class left wing back will want to come here? The Kirkeses, the Eight Noris of this world. There's going to be no one who wants to come here. However, we need a midfielder who can boss the middle of the park. You even saw it with Inter Milan. They don't have someone who can boss the middle of the park. They have a Barella, but he's a box-to-box midfielder. They don't have no one who can boss the middle of the park. So you saw what happened in the Champions League final. I think the middle of the park is so essential. It's like we don't all watch football. Bro, you're 2 times older than me. You know how essential the middle of the park is. No matter what era it is, bro. You can't build a football team without anyone who's in the middle of the park who could dictate the game. It's as simple as that, bro. Like whether we like it or not.
I mean, don't say though. That's the sad thing.
I promise you, man. We will see it next season. You don't go out there and get a holding midfielder that can control the game. We are effed again because why we got chaotic midfield in, and the one person who can control the game only can last about 20 minutes because of his engine and his age, and that's Casemiro, bro. Do you get it? You're probably faster than him, Nuruddin. That's the issue. So that's why the midfield's so vacant. If you go and get a good midfielder, bro, it can tweak so much. The middle of the park is so essential.
Our manager don't care about that. Our manager don't care about that because our manager was a utility man. This is why I told you, Saeed, I wanted Xavi. Our manager himself wasn't really a baller like that. He played everywhere. So he's on this, we could do from other positions. He's not really fussed. And that's going to be the only way, again, it happens is if Wilcox and that save him, they go and buy players for the club rather than the manager in terms of we want like a Beleba. We want him because we think he's the next up. Like the way he plays the game, he fits into the way we want to play. He would save Amarin's career. He would save it 100%. I agree with you, but when I look at Amarin does the business about these things, man. And this is why I say, for an example, and there's another thing that I'm looking at, and I think no one's really called it. The way we're looking at Mbeumo as a number 10, he could be playing wing back for us, you know. Just remember that, man, because he played wing back for where he's at now. He's played wing back loads of times at Brentford. And remember, he likes to run the wing. He doesn't always want to come in. Like, he likes to go on the wing. He's not, you see, Ahmad, we underestimate Ahmad's level of ability. He's more like Cunha than Mbeumo is. Mbeumo's like, he's ball control, his ball ability is not similar to Ahmad.
The only problem with Mbeumo is that he hasn't. I don't think he's got the engine like Ahmad, like in terms of ball carry.
No, he has. He's done it. He's got that. You see that get the ball, hit it past you and run, and you're not, and he's on it. He's got all that. Just watch him when he's played left back. I mean wing back for Brentford. I've seen him because he likes to space him behind. He's not always the best when he's bare man round him. He's not always the best like that. He's not like what you see Ahmad doing, cutting in, playing the 1-2, getting it back, going to the bar line, and then cutting it back again in the middle of the box. Don't watch his plays. He's never that. He's always on the wing. He knocks it in, and then he goes to the top bins, or he passes it in. He needs that space, and he's done it a lot of the time. And I remember when we got Amarin in, and I told the Mandem, he's not trying to play certain defenders as these fullbacks. And I think we're missing this point that Mbeumo's played a lot in terms of wing back at Brentford. And it's not a given that he's going to be... Rant said he's going to do a bit of both. Depending on the game, he'll switch it up. Yeah, I agree with that. But I think we're going to see Mbeumo a lot more in the wing back than what we think. Because a lot of us thinking he's just going to come in the 10 and he's going to play it. But this is why a lot of people saying, why United getting him? Because he's not really even a 10 like that. He's definitely more of a winger in terms of how he plays the game.
I know you mean. Yeah.
But if we don't get Mbeumo, man, then quickly, who else? Because I haven't seen us, like, I've seen a lot of backups for the number 9s. Who?
Kudus, Mohammed.
Okay.
But just on that,
I'm
the
not against
requirements
that.
to play 10, Musa.
The
requirements to play 10 technically is the ability to go left and right. And Bruno ticks that box. He can go on the inside, he can go on the outside.
Better than Ahmad. No, I'm just saying better than Ahmad.
That's a great question. We've seen Ahmad though struggle last season when we asked him to do it in the 10 area though. We've seen him do that. We have seen him struggle in the 10. It's not been prolific.
We've seen the team struggle. Anyone's going to struggle in this team, and this is what I want the Mandem to know. We've seen the team struggle, and we've seen Ahmad come back from an injury and score like 4 goals in the league from nowhere. And we're like, how did he get all these?
Brilliant. Like the final wasn't brilliant. Like he's not been.
No, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we've seen the team struggle. This is why I said, let's get ready to see Kun struggle in certain games because it's just madness in Trafford. Let's get ready for that. Let's not be quick to say, Cunha can't play this role, or let's change him. Let's put him up front. Let's put him in a 9. Let's not get too upset when players struggle because they're going to have good moments and then they're going to have bad moments. And it's for the manager. And this is another thing I was saying about Dorgu. When you get to the final third, there needs to be combination plays. All this just leaving it to him and not having regular combination plays that you play on the training field that you can then do on match day without thinking about it is not good. You can see that our players get into the final third and they're having to think, bare thinking. And it's not that's not always good for a player like Dorgu. That's not always good for him. Sometimes you need the combination plays. And this is why I feel like, go on.
For me, the Kudus one is an interesting one because I don't know if he's played to his full capacity the last year. For me, he's dropped off massively, Kudus. And I think for me, in front of goal, he's not a killer like that, Mandem. Yeah, he scored goals and he can have that knack of goals, but
you don't have to be. You don't have to be. This is why I said that. I'm saying to you, get used to players at crap teams not playing well. Kudus will score you double figures. We need to spread the goals around. Kudus can get you 10 goals and 10 assists. That's not difficult for him in a good team. And I just feel like this thing of a player has to be scoring like 15, 20 goals and carrying a team, because Kudus was carrying West Ham. His backslide hurt in the second season and said, I can't do it, brother. I need help. Yeah. That's normal. And I feel like
it all depends on the price, though. That if they knock it down to around about the price that we're looking at for Mbeumo, around about that 50 million, 60 million mark, then I'd be open to the idea of Kudus joining United. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like I said to you, man, it's one of them where United.
You know why I'm not afraid? You know why I'm not afraid, Saeed? Because for me, even if we don't get Mbeumo, I believe with Ahmad and Cunha, we've got 2 great 10s. I'm not afraid. Yeah. If it means we have to now look at a wing back because we can't get Mbeumo, this is what I was asking you, man. Who do you think is up next for the left 10? Because for me, if you tell me Ahmad and Cunha are our 2 10s, it's totally different to what we've had from before. But then I start worrying about the wing back situations. But then obviously a lot of you said that you think Dorgu's better on the right, and he actually does a good job. We've seen Dorgu and Ahmad actually play well on the right, but that means there's going to be a lot of pressure on this kid Leon to be coming straight in at left back and have to do the combinations with Cunha. But I'm not worried per se. The biggest worry I have is like what Tech was saying, is the middle of the park. That middle of the park for me is a problem side, because I feel like with what we've got, players can fill in. Like I know Dorgu can play right wing back and Ahmad in the 10 with Cunha and Zertsky up front. I know we can do that. I'm not going to be worried because it's one game a week. And I think I start to see more players who are actually ballers and want to play a different type of game. How does the midfield connect all of that? Who's in the middle of the park that's going to connect everything?
No one, and because Ruben has only chosen one midfielder in this team. He really wanted to get rid of Casemiro. He didn't select Agate in the big moments, even though it's his player, and got him sold. It's only now coming to a place where we're saying, oh no, I want to keep. He had an option to say 100 million or Bruno in my midfield. He said Bruno in my midfield. So he's only really selected one, Musa. So I know because a little earlier you said something along the lines of, the club has to save him. No, he still has to be in the veto system, dictating who he wants. As you know, I see this human as a midfielder as in my football club. He hasn't selected 2 yet. Obviously, he's got younger ones up and coming, you know, like Kobe, who, you know, still in the process. Toby, who's still in the process. There's a couple others that are still in the process. Kone, who I've been shouting for since last season under Ten Hag, still in the process. this, but looks like a.
He looks like he's
potential one.
ready, man.
Kone's going on loan, I think.
So
That's what
for
I heard
me,
he's going on loan.
it's still
You guys are getting a bit too gassed, man. He's not ready.
and ideas and philosophy
he's
that
ready,
we're
man.
focusing on in terms of a midfielder. We're all
not
saying
yet,
we
not
want
yet,
a
not
monster in there, and then you also have to go and look at Musa, the type of midfielders that he had previously, which were box to box. You know, so
But this was going to ask you, which one of these previous midfielders could you put next to Bruno now to save us? I don't think there's one of Amarin's previous midfielders that could help us next to Bruno today.
No,
That's an issue for me.
I agree. You look at their characteristics, a word that Ruben always used, and then upgrade it to Premier League standard. And then and that's what we're doing right now in this market, or that's what we should be doing right now before the start of preseason.
I don't know what that looks like. The only person I said to Saeed, I don't know what that looks like. This is why I said to Saeed, even Wharton.
Simple, bro.
Nah, this is why I said even Adam Wharton, yeah, for an example, yeah. I said Adam Wharton, I like that player a lot. But if he comes next to Bruno, he will sink. He will sink, Mandem. You need the only players that cannot sink next to Bruno are your Kantes, Makalele's, flipping Caicedo's or Beleba. Because them man do the role of two man on their own. You need someone that can do the role of two man on his own to help Bruno. Because anyone else next to Bruno, I don't care who it is, if it's not that type of player who has that type of engine who can do the job of two man, they are sinking. And Wharton will look mad next to Bruno. And everyone will start saying, he's not good enough. As if it's not Bruno flipping, vacating the midfield and leaving the youth on his own.
You know what? My guy is the Richard Rios. This the one I want for me, like right now.
He will sink.
This player here is the one that United should be going and getting.
To replace Bruno, to replace Bruno, I agree with you. But to be next to him, you lost the plot.
But the problem is, though, that's a system issue for me. Like when I look at it, I feel like for me, United won't ever do well unless Bruno's playing in his 10 role, in his actual 10 role.
The system
not in a
don't
double
suit Bruno Fernandes, bro, because he can't play.
Go on, Texino.
Let's be real. He's not an 8. He's not an 8. He is not an 8. He tries his best to play. He tries to adapt, but he's not an 8. Defensively, he can't read the game as an 8 at all. Defensively, he can't read the game as an 8. He's
a headless chicken, bro.
He pops up on the wing, and then next minute, he's trying to receive the ball from the back.
That one. When he's trying to receive the ball, that annoys me. That's the most annoying thing about it.
He don't fit this system. He works in a simple 4-2-3-1. He has
like Bruno as well.
10, where you need 2 DMs behind him, security, and he can go and do whatever he likes because he's a chaotic footballer. Some people like him, some people don't. It's as simple as that. But on the eye, he is not suited to.
Could you ever play with a player like that?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, in the changing room, bro, fists, bro.
There you go. There you go.
Bro,
where do you play, by the way, Marcel, in football? Just general. Do you play in?
I play left. I play the front 3 positions or 8 or 6. So 10.
You're
left wing,
versatile,
right wing, 8 or 6.
Versatile like that, yeah. Come on.
I can see myself doing that. Because it's, in that level of football, it's about you can get away, and Marcel is nifty, mate. Just like his argument, slippy. He's slippy, just like his argument, slippy.
Marcel would agree, though. In that position, though, he is costing us a lot, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like in terms of his structure, I'm going to tell you now, United are going to regret not selling Bruno Fernandes.
I'm so excited. That's why I'm so excited, Saeed. That's why I'm excited. I'm excited. I am.
I'm not with that, man.
Excited because
I'm not with that, man.
Dorothy wants to relegate him.
Saeed, in 2.5 months' time, it will all be revealed. We'll kick off against Arsenal. We'll go straight into Fulham away. Come back with a Burnley bang. You know what I mean? Local derby. Local derby, and then we've got Chelsea are coming to OT. Then we got City away. So it's exciting times because all of it will be revealed. All of it will be revealed.
No, I agree. I think even this summer's kind of revealed the fact that not a lot of top European teams rate Bruno Fernandes. Clearly, he said, I don't want to go to Saudis too early in my career. I want to do great things. But he didn't say ideally he wants to stay at United. Now, that sounds to me like he might be twerking for a big team in Europe. Now, I look at clubs like Barcelona. Obviously, Barcelona don't have... Okay, top European football. Exactly.
Top European football.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Now, when I really think about it, I look at Barcelona, cool. They don't have the funds, but a player like Bruno with that sort of stats, the way people talk about him, teams like Barcelona will bend over backwards for Bruno to replace Dani Almo. True or false? So, especially because he's injury prone. Bruno is that guy is the most reliable guy. I swear he can take God knows how many knocks, and you will see him on the training pitch the next day. He is there. So, if Barcelona won't come in for him, cool, red flag. Now, I know George Mendes was flirting with Bayern Munich last summer. Now, that seems like that's gone away, like just out of the blue. Bayern Munich ain't come back in for him. A team like Real Madrid, obviously they got Arda Güler, they got Bellingham, so no, they won't go in for him. So not a lot of top teams, Premier League teams probably won't go in for Bruno Fernandes, especially because of obviously his wages. So when you think about it, it's because he has nowhere to go. And that kind of that should show the fan base where, you rate Bruno Fernandes, but then where the top teams rate this player. Now, if you can see he clearly doesn't fit the system, exactly like a Kobbie Mainoo, people are willing to get rid of a Kobbie Mainoo. Don't get it twisted. Bruno still, he scores goals. I don't know how he does it. It's BBLs, bro. It's fake. I don't know how he does it. But he gets goals and assists just based off high volume, innit? He tries, he attempts. He will attempt a free ball from the car park, bro. From the
Check, and I just remind you, you only scored 3 goals from open play last season. I just don't want to remind you. 3 in the Premier League.
Bro, I don't need to see stats. I don't even need to see stats. I feel like in terms of how football works, like most people who's got that football knowledge, if you got a team with chemistry, a team that can gel, you will play good football, no matter the individuals that are there. You look at Bruno Fernandes in this system alone, I don't think he offers what many 8s would offer. Like he offers more or exactly what another 8 would offer, if that makes any sense. He can't play as a 6. He can nowhere near play as a 6. He's way too chaotic. He can't play in those 10s because he needs to be a ball carrier. Bruno can't dribble with football. He more like, it's like he's carrying the ball like it's luggage. He uses... I've never seen a man who dribbles with his instep. Like, he dribbles with his instep. He can't run with the football. So he's lost in this system. It's going to be very, very peak next season. If we're not talking about...
Could we get away with it 1 year with a tech force that does well? Say if we get Gyökeres.
Beleba.
Yeah.
Only Beleba helps him.
But what do you mean by...
Only Beleba saved Bruno.
But what's the
even Agate, Musa?
In terms of where we finish, what's the context of getting away with it? Is it where we finish next season?
Agate can't save Bruno.
We can.
I don't know.
You know why Agate can't? You know what? You see the difference between Beleba, Caicedo, Kante, and man there. They will tackle, but they can play football. They're not crap ballers. Beleba can ball. That's why I said they do the job of 2 people. They do the job of the 6 and the 8.
Yes.
But Ugarte can only do the job of the 6. He can only do that. So that's why he can't say Bruno.
That's why it works. You tell him to sit
is the best
there
midfielder in the world,
and
Jam.
just anchor.
Yeah,
When Bruno goes, stay in the central area. As soon as Bruno goes, stay in the central area. As soon as
Bruno don't stay.
Musa, let Tech finish, man. I want to hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
So we all know Vitinha, in my opinion, anyways, is
1
or 2 best midfielders in the world at the moment.
Yeah.
Now, him as a 6 is absolutely insane. He does nearly everything correct. He's got that mix of Verratti and Thiago that I love. He's got that blend. You saw him next to Bruno. Bruno actually wasn't moving that chaotic.
Yes, he doesn't when he plays for Portugal.
Now, there was one thing that I saw Bruno do, and it was in their build-up to their goal, their first goal. And I was like, wow. Bruno actually punched the ball through the lines on a quick half turn. He didn't think about spamming the football. He didn't think about the final pass. He thought about what I can do in the build-up in order to impact us going forwards. And he punched that ball through the line. And I said, oh, wow, I've never seen him do that with United. And if he does, that ball's going up to Rasmus Højlund because he's not trying to find any of those 10s. It's going up to Højlund and it doesn't stick. If United find a 6 and the number 9 who can play, who's decent, who can hold the ball, you can play, you can possibly get away with Bruno to finish top 6 next season. But to be where we want to be, especially in this system, it's not going to happen. And the fact that we had the opportunity to sell him for 100 million plus this summer, we fumbled the bag, ain't even the phrase to describe that, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not fumbled.
The greatest mistake
if you can get me,
in
if
the
you can get me
club's
a world-class
history.
player with him, it's not fumbled. If you
Sorry?
can get me a world-class player with him, it's not fumbled.
Yeah, but
money,
listen,
for example,
what you don't understand
if we do hit our target that we've just set now for next season, we do finish 6th now. Where does that leave Bruno Fernandes? Because say, for example, you can see that he's clearly the detriment. If next season, hypothetically speaking, we are saying, yo, look, we played better. We built on last season. The club's going to keep hammering. But Bruno's up to typical Bruno stuff, leaving the midfield vacant. Say, for example, it was Adam Wharton, but Adam Wharton's the one who's the top midfielder in this system next year. Then where does that leave Bruno? And then Bruno's value will go right down. And as Nuruddin said, the biggest mistake that this club has made in terms of outgoings. But clubs don't even come in and want to sign our players for what their value are. Like, does that make sense? People like we've got a PR merchant like Garnacho, yeah, who's got how many millions on his Instagram that will bring so many fans to different clubs that is still valued at like 35 to 40 million pounds to most clubs. Now, I feel like maybe if other clubs had a Garnacho, they'll be able to sell him for more money. The fact that we had 100 million on the table for Bruno, we need the money. It's a desperate transfer window. It made no sense. It just made no sense.
By the way, there's some news here. Initial contacts have taken place for Emi Martinez. He's ready to say yes to Man United. Emi Martinez, Mandem, like, it's a big, Marcel's praising that.
It's a mistake. Let me just go first. That's a mistake, Saeed.
I think I'm 50-50 about it. Yeah, go on then. You go first.
Saeed. I'll tell you right now. You're 40 million. He's done 150 grand, and he won at least 200 grand because it's his last big contract in football.
Yeah,
we can go and get James Trafford for 35 million from Burnley down the road.
He's going to Newcastle.
No, Saeed.
He's going to Newcastle.
Saeed ain't listen. Manchester United comes calling. He ain't going to Newcastle. His family, everything. Saeed.
He had a verbal agreement for the past year. He's going to Newcastle.
Saeed, he's still Saeed. To me, the deal's not done. Xerxes was going to AC Milan. Everything agreed. Manchester United stepped in and got him. Simple. At the end of the day, James Trafford all day. Martinez, one of the woeful seasons last season. He cost them top 4.
I know.
I live in the Midlands. Most of them, yeah. So I live in the Midlands. Obviously, in my office, I got like 2-3 Villa fans, and I said, "Mate, you go and get Martinez. It's a recipe for disaster." Honestly,
wow. They said that to you.
They said he's had a woeful. He's a character. That's all they said. He's a
mentality,
character, like mentality. When he does make a world-class save, he'll go in the back of the net, rally up the troops, etc., etc. But I don't need that. Onana could do that. I don't need that. I need, especially when it comes to centre halves and goalkeepers, concentration is probably one of the biggest.
Stability.
Absolutely.
Stability, reliability. I need a reliable goalkeeper. I don't need a goalkeeper that has a foot fetish and loves playing with their feet, etc. No. I need a goalkeeper that can just save shots. Again, when I go sleep at night, sometimes I see Onana coming out the box against Brighton, bro, unnecessarily driving to the floor and not getting the ball, bro. Sometimes when I daydream, I see what's his name, Altai, the ball's in it, basically in his hands, and he don't want to pick it up. Aston Villa should have beat us on the final day. But
I
you don't
know.
understand that, bro. Altai had the ball in his hands like I have this Vaseline in my hands, and he still didn't keep it secure, bro. So I don't want any more.
Oi.
Pause.
Yo. Time out on that one.
Listen, I'll just say this.
You get the point. You get the point. No, did you?
Oh my
Listen,
God.
you go and get to Stegen. You go and get to Stegen on a free. Saeed, you go and get to Stegen on a free, and then you go and get this.
Bro, it's worse. It's worse, man.
Yeah.
To Stegen.
It's worse.
Nah, to Stegen's not worse.
He's worse, man.
Both keepers are better than Onana, guys. That's why I'm celebrating it. Both keepers are better than Onana.
A lot of people, you know what? You're the guy.
Yo, Marcel, I'm better than Onana, and I've never been in my life in football.
Can I be honest with you? You're not.
I'm better than him.
No,
I promise you, if you took a shot at me, I'll parry it out.
I'm talking real life, real things, Nurden. They're both better than him. Yes, the price. Because the first thing you mentioned, Nurden, was the price.
Go and get James Trafford.
No, because I'll conform to that side of rhetoric and thinking, Nurden. You're worried about, you're conscious of the price. I respect that. But ultimately, both names that you just named are better than Onana. Bring them in immediately. Stop wasting time. It's not about what context. Both are better. They're going to be in a significant upgrade.
The Serbian Don's going to Napoli. Why are we not going to get the Serbian Don? He's just a competent goalkeeper.
He's not all that.
15 million.
Stop it. He's too big. He can't dive quick enough, Saeed. I'm sorry.
Bro,
I've watched him.
Million.
I watched him when he was a kid at Old Trafford. I went to the reserve team. He was 18 years old, man. You could see goalkeepers, they get better at certain things. He's awkward, mate. He's awkward. James Trafford. James Trafford, he'll be a Manchester United goalkeeper for a decade and a half. Go and get him now.
Man. And now this James Trafford, man.
Stop all these has-beens. Stop these guys who reached their peak and has-beens.
James Trafford came to the Premier League and shut his pants, mate. You not seen James Trafford in the Premier League in that first year. Did you not see him? Nervous. Yes, he's gone to Burnley. And yes, he's done well at Burnley in the Championship. Cool. But the Premier League...
No, he was at Burnley and they went down and got relegated. But I was not
he made a lot of mistakes, man. He made a lot of mistakes, man.
Are we saying Martinez and ter Stegen are done? I don't think they're done. They might have faltered in their career a little bit.
Martinez is
done. They might have faltered a little bit, but they're not done, guys. They're going to give us a certain standard. They're a top 8 goalkeeper in the Prem. They're a top 8, top 9. They build you into a certain level. Onana is relegation goalkeeper. You don't want that.
What I'm trying to say to you is, though, Marcel, bro, since the World Cup, Martinez, I've watched him, and he's been poor, man. Like, genuinely, mistakes. I'm like, yo, what's going on here? And I'm like, bro, and we bash Onana for the same mistakes. Yeah. We bash Onana, and he's making literally big errors. And you're like, wow.
Like Onana, like David De Gea and Onana.
That's why I said at what cost, Marcel. That's why I said at what cost, because, like, for example, Onana makes 10 mistakes and Martinez makes 8. Bro, what was the point? What was the point of making the transfer in the first place?
Especially for 40 M's as well.
Tex and Saeed, I don't think they're the kind of man that make that many. No one makes as many mistakes as Onana. One, he's so mistake prone. Yeah, it's technical level as a goalkeeper as well. The way he saves a football, where he parries it into. There's no way you're telling me Martinez does all of that. Stegen, who played for Barcelona. There's no way you're telling me they do all of that.
If Martinez was 15 million, I'd say, you know what, let's go get him. But the price is 40 million we're hearing. If that's the price, I'm sorry, you could go and get a goalkeeper that for me is better, but also less. We don't need to spend 40 million on a goalkeeper, bro. We don't. 15 million at max, bro. 15 million. That's what that keeper's going for. You know what I mean? The guy that went to Juan Garcia. How many did Juan Garcia go for, guys? Juan Garcia to Barcelona. I don't think he was a lot of money as well.
35, 30, I think, maybe.
Huh?
I don't know, 30, 35? I don't know.
I don't think it was 35 million. I think it was about 25 million or something like that. Yeah, 25 million euros. So what's that? 18 million he went for. 18 million. So I'm saying to you guys, so you don't need to be spending big money on a goalkeeper. You don't. Like, I hear you. Martinez, for me, yeah, I think the mentality, I think the know-how, short-term option before you go and buy. Let's say, for example, you go and get you're looking at a goalkeeper in the next 2 years, but you don't believe right now he's ready, like a Chevalier or someone like that. Yeah, young goalkeeper, you might not think's ready right now. You can go and get a Steady Eddie. We're top 6 right now, top 7. We're aiming for next season. You know, depending on how we go, you go and get a player that can get you a top 6. You know, is Martinez can get you that? He probably can. He's shown it with Aston Villa in the past couple of years, but the mistakes have been a lot. And for us right now, we don't really make a mistake of spending 40 million when we bought Onana for 47, going back and say, you know what, go on then. Have this. We're giving Aston Villa the get out of jail card, and they probably will go and get a better goalkeeper than Martinez. They probably will. And that's a mistake we don't want to be doing this year.
That's why they want to get rid of him. That's why they want to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Because they know that he's fallen below the standards. So we're getting Villa's reject.
Would you get this guy? McMinion? Would you not get this guy?
Too many injuries. For a goalkeeper,
Marcel.
too many injury prone, mate. Too many injuries.
Marcel,
More injuries than Ter Stegen.
It is because of PSR, It's because of PSR,
You see how you talk about unorthodox, bro? I'm telling you, it must be a thing that I see 3 goalkeepers, man. I've seen Manyang, the ball come straight to him, and he saved it with his feet standing up, like he's in the cage, like he's playing football in the cage.
Yeah, because he was a footballer, bro.
It's different.
Unana was never a goalkeeper when he was a kid.
I want to see that, bro.
Unana was a midfield player.
Okay, what about the Milinkovic-Savic? Because I've watched a bit of him. I've watched like a
Nah, he's got all that. I promise
I'm not
you.
gonna lie, that's
He's
killed
really
him,
big
so
keeper.
answer the leg lift, I'm done.
He's too slow to get down. He's 6'7" or whatever it is. 6'6". He's too slow to get down, bro.
Yeah, man.
He's too
What
slow
other
to
keepers
get
are
down.
there? I haven't been really watching keepers, to be fair, man.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's the goalkeeper, but Saeed will switch it away. There's a goalkeeper who plays for Antwerp in Belgium. Got all of the minerals that to be a Manchester United goalkeeper. He's 20-something years old.
Costa, I don't think your goalkeeping IQ level is there, man. You said this about Costa, and now
Costa, I would take Diego Costa now. What are you talking about? He just got Porto won 60 million for him. Saeed, Porto won 60 million for him. Diego Costa is a good goalkeeper. What are you waffling about? What are you waffling about? Diego Costa, Portugal's number 1 goalkeeper. You know how many good Portuguese goalkeepers there are, and he's number 1. Give it a rest, Saeed. What are you watching?
A lot of meaty goalkeepers in world football nowadays, ain't it? There's a lot of meaty goalkeepers.
Hey,
you know what? I get that wrong. Too many good goalkeepers, and he's number 1, fella.
Do you know what I think that is? I think goalkeepers, that's obviously probably my age or so.
Go and get Diego Costa would have cost us games like Onana.
Yeah,
what are you talking about? You were thinking Onana. You joined the bandwagon. You were like, yeah, he's good. You remember you getting giddy. So don't even talk to me about goalkeepers. Because I was telling you before even kicked the ball for Manchester United. And you've got the cheek to tell me about my goal. I told you were buying him of 1 game in the Champions League like the rest of the waffling fan base. But Pep Guardiola said, "What a player!"
Yeah, I got roped into the Onana thing as well. I can't
give it a rest. What are you talking about?
You
were part of the Giddy FC. You were on that Onana train, man. Until you saw it in your eyes.
We'll sing Rihanna songs
game after game after game after game. 2 seasons in a row. 2 seasons in a row. How many
games have you watched of that Belgian goalkeeper though? The one that do you watch the Antwerp League? What's the Belgian League? What's the Belgian League though?
You know what I do? I promise you, I speak to people from Belgium who watch it week out. Yes, I do. I speak to people who live in Belgium who watch it week in and week out.
So you're saying you get the phone now? You say, "Yo, what do you reckon of that Belgian goalkeeper? How did he play?" You know what you say? Come on, man, Nuruddin.
No, I don't. No, listen. If I look at a player, let me tell you. Listen, you know how I heard about it?
He's got the links.
Let me just say to you. Let me just explain to you. You know how I heard about this player? Let me tell you the process.
Go on, go tell us the story.
Manchester United will link with him, and I'm like, who's this obscure goalkeeper that United are linked with? And then I look at him. Obviously, it's a different league. Belgium league is not the league that is the Premier League. But I'm telling you now, he has got more composure, more courage, more fight, and he's got the stature and that type of mentality. And I'm sorry, he might be a prick Zionist, but they produce decent goalkeepers. And people in Belgium are touting him to be the next Courtois. That's what I'm hearing. And that's what I got. You know, people who follow me.
The United goalkeeper jersey is heavy, you know. That jersey.
Listen, and that's what I'm saying to you. And that's what I'm saying to you, right? Listen, Rhino, I'm not going to get him as number one now, but to bring him in now, bring him in now, and then go and get like Ter Stegen for a season or two, and that's how you do it. Even now, I'm a believer. If you bought him in now and he got one chance of a game, he'll stay there. He'll take over Onana because Rhino, me and you are better than fucking Onana. Onana can't even do the basics. Yeah, it's nothing to do with a shirt. He can't do the basics.
It's true.
He can't do the basics. In goalkeeping, you don't palm stuff back into that. He's a fucking breakdancer more than he's a goalkeeper. Yeah. Breakdancers do this with their hands. Not like that. Breakdancers do this. What the hell are we on about? So, let me tell you this. So, Saeed, I then go and speak to people who are in Belgium who I chat football with on X. And they say to me, yeah, he's highly talented and he's touted. And I'm like, okay, that's good scouting from United. I give him that. And they go, that's a Vavel scouting. Christian Vavel scouting. And I'm like, okay, we'll see what happens. We'll see. But when I look at James Trafford, I said Diego Costa, Manchester United are no position to be able to afford 60 million for Diego Costa, right? James Trafford is guy here. He's the England's next big thing. In a couple of years' time, they're touting him to be England number one. He is the guy who's had a terrific season in the Championship last season. He started off shaky. He continued to shake it up, but with young goalkeepers, that happens. But now, he's certified. He is certified.
United need a young goalkeeper. United experience. That's the problem, though. United, do they need a young goalkeeper in this team where there's a lot of spotlight on them right now?
You can do both. You can bring in Saeed. Listen, we know Bandia's not good enough either. So we can see you later with Bandia. Yeah, what's going on with him? A young goalkeeper, the Belgian kid, right? Right? You can get him and then get somebody who's experienced, who's there for a year or two. That's what you can do. You can go and get a Ter Stegen and him. You can do that. We don't need something spectacular, people. We need just competent guy like Ted was saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Somebody who's going to do the basics.
Yeah.
Who's going to
fundamentals. One of the other people that we were looking at a couple of seasons ago, his name begins with S.
S.
I think it's S.
That's a good start, isn't it?
Remember, it's the guy
that keeper's name again, man. Not Suzuki.
Yeah, Unai Simon.
Nah, I don't think it's.
Yeah, he's fell down the pecking order. I think it's just a new goalkeeper ahead of him.
Nah, don't get me Suzuki, mate. He was the Japanese version of Suzuki. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Nah, not Suzuki, not Suzuki, not Suzuki, man.
I like Unana. He built his game on Unana, mate. It's Unana's twin brother.
Not Suzuki.
It's fucking shite.
Nah, not Suzuki.
Are you talking about Suzuki or Simon?
Nah, none of them ones.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna find it.
What are you saying, Leon, though? Like, you know, oh, yeah, see you later, then, innit?
Leon, like, leave me out of this. You said Unana was the guy.
He had enough, man.
Unana.
Honestly, like, Mandem, like I said to you, like, for me, the spine of the team is alarming that United need to sort out the spine of the team, you know. That's what concerns me. The spine of the team is not done yet. Like, it's mad. Like, it's, bro, we need to get
Lunin is a good shout. Lunin is a good shout. He filled in the Real Madrid shirt. People talking about right now. You're talking about filling in the shirt. He came in Real Madrid and won the Champions League.
Yeah,
he doesn't really make too many mistakes.
Yeah, so you can go and get Lunin. You can go and get him.
Yeah, you can go get Lunin. You can go get Lunin, to be fair. You know what I'm saying to you? But for me, yeah, you know what it is? Yeah, here we go, Leon. Leon, I was going to ask you about the spine of the team. Like, are you concerned about the fact that we've got a lot to do, short a little time, or are you kind of like, just you know what, man, just take your time, man, be calm, be patient.
What's my signal like? Is it all right? Can you hear me?
Yeah, better now.
Cool, that's better. No, I think we're linked with the right type of players, if I'm being honest. I think we're linked with players that seem like they'll outlive the manager if he doesn't survive as well. So I'm cool. I don't want every single player that fits his system. I want players that
I'm talking about Summer. Sorry, Leon.
Summer. What? The old brother? The OAP, bro. My man, Sommer.
Jan Sommer. That's who I was
Oh
talking
wow.
about.
What's it called? Zimmer Frame FC. That's Nuruddin's thing. That's
Yeah,
mad.
he's cold.
But you can't be bringing in that man in it, Nuruddin. You can't bring in Sommer like that unless it's a free. You can't be doing that.
Nah.
You can't be doing
Definitely
that.
a free. Well,
This
he's
must
at
have been a while
37,
back.
38, ain't he? I would see Jan Sommer right now.
Now 36.
Where's he
He's
going? Where's
at
he gone
Inter
now?
as well, I
Saeed?
think, right now. He's at Inter
He's
now.
at Inter. Yeah, he's at Inter, yeah.
They sold us Onana for 50 mil and bought Jan Sommer for like 5 mil. They done.
Yeah.
I was saying I wanted to
Yeah,
the
they
10 half
Inter
before
Milan
after
did
that.
a job on Manchester United, mate, because
Yeah.
Saeed and his Giddy FC,
Bro, I didn't want Onana, man. I didn't want Onana.
give it a rest, man.
I actually didn't want Onana.
Earlier, I told everybody and their nan who could listen to me, Onana was not the guy for United. I said the guy was a bum. I remember him playing in the Champions League. Everything that was shot at him, spitting it back. But go ahead, Saeed said I got a dip because I got to take the dogs out.
Yeah, no, bro. Come on, bro.
Big up myself, big up Leon,
Big up Nuruddin.
Rhino, big up Rant, Saeed.
Get the golden hour. Get the golden hour.
Stop waffling. Remember, you were the cheerleader of Andre Onana, the worst goalkeeper in my lifetime at United.
Really bad.
Worse than
Really
him.
bad.
I remember I watched that Italian done. What was his name? That Tito, whatever the guy was called. What was he called? Tito something. Fergie sacked him after he made one mistake.
Who?
The Italian guy that we had. We had him for 2 games.
Taibbi.
Taibbi. Worse than Taibbi, mate. Unana, I remember you were cheerleading. You're one of the cheerleaders. He's a ball player.
Bro, listen to me, yeah?
Saeed's got the foot fetish, mate. Ball player.
Oh my days.
Get rid of him, bro. Get him on OnlyFans. You know, like that. Put him on OnlyFans. He don't deserve to be.
That is crazy, man. Nuruddin told us, one game a week will improve the team. So Nuruddin, don't go anywhere, bro.
Don't go anywhere, trust me.
He's the chief leader, of one game a week. Man, United will improve on the training ground. United will improve. So we go find. Listen, Nuruddin can have his whatever now. But next season, I'm going to be on to Nuruddin because he said he's going to be there and he's waiting for the season. Well, hold on a minute. You told me one game a week, Man United should be back and we should be looking like we're a team. So let's see. Let's see, man.
It's right if we got the right coach, but I don't
know.
I
don't know. Because end of the day, yeah, he told me specifically one game a week we'll see improvements because a manager needs time on the training ground.
We'll find out.
At the time, he told me a manager.
I remember when Chelsea had one game a week. Oh, sorry to cut you off, Leon.
No, you go.
I remember when Chelsea had one game a week. I think it was that same season they sacked Mourinho and they brought in Conte. And they brought in Conte and they won the league the first time round. And that was because they were allowed to have their fullbacks, to have a rest, week in, week out, bombing up and down Victor Moses and Alonso. Maybe it actually might work in our favor, especially in terms of this system. The endurance is like it's another level to play this system. It's clearly
it's true.
In it, do you know what I mean? So one game a week may obviously benefit us in terms of fitness wise, but obviously we considering the amount of factors we spoke about before, man. There's so many different holes that need to be sorted. It's that spine. The first Mandem talk I obviously was introduced on.
Yeah,
I said the spine is essential. Get rid of the keeper. Centre halves don't look too bad at all. In my opinion, centre halves don't look too bad at all. I think you definitely need a centre midfielder and you need a number 9, man. Right now, looking at the transfer window, because Gyökeres is playing about, I will go and get someone like Osimhen because I'm hearing
Osimhen. We don't know what's going on with him, bro. That's the problem, though, man.
I'm hearing he's turned down Saudi. He did. So if so, I will go and get Osimhen, bro. He's the type of like striker where even when things are not going right for him, he's hassling centre backs, bro. He's pressing them, scraping their backs, bro. I need that type of chaotic striker to just kind of come in and cause havoc. Bag goals in the box. Them balls that are spilling that Højlund don't even have a clue to just switch on the light bulb and either be in the right position or anticipate it. Osimhen eats that up. For me, he scores about 15 to 20 goals next season if he comes in this United team.
I think that you can afford to let the striker position come in last minute.
Yes, I agree.
I feel like it's only going to favour you. Like Gyökeres, Osimhen. I think Gyökeres is probably going to get more suitors than he's going to be the one that people are going to be after a little bit, a couple of clubs. I don't think anyone's going to come in for Osimhen. I don't think, because I think his demands are too much, and I feel like, do you know what I mean? He showed by him moving to Galatasaray that he's not as wanted. Like Napoli just said, yeah, go. Do you know what I mean? So he's not that bothered. And I also feel like if it comes down to the wire, we can just put money in for Mateta. So I'm not that bothered about the striking position. I feel like this team still needs, because you asked me a question about the spine of the team. We still need patterns of play in the midfield and in the final third. That's been missing for a few years now within this team. We're still clueless. And like, if you think about, if we're like a well-oiled machine when it comes to like actually the way that we progress the ball in the opposition's half of the pitch and then in the box, and we just add the striker to that at the end of the window, I think we'll be all right. But I think people are underestimating. I like how we're doing Cunha and Mbeumo. Hopefully Mbeumo, fingers crossed, that gets done. That'll be a good start to the
window. Man. We need to throw that Mbeumo one. Once Mbeumo goes in, then there's a bigger sigh of relief.
Do you think that it's definitely going to happen, or do you think that?
I think it's going to happen. It's just a case of, you know what it is, man. People, we're just impatient as a fan base, isn't it? Because I think for me, the worst season we've ever had here. Like, we shouldn't be really messing around with time. Yeah. Like, it should be going bang, bang, bang. Like, you know, signings should be coming through the door.
But it's happened because businesses happen early. Everyone's excited, and they want it to keep going. That's what it is as well. Isn't it?
Yeah. Once you get, maybe it's just an attack thing where attackers are just more. They take more time. Midfielders and defenders, they're a bit more kind of quicker in the process. I just think for me, get Mbeumo, then you can start moving and say, you know what? At least you've got 2 10s in now. Yeah. It's not brilliant, but you've got your 2 10s locked in. You get me? They're a big part of the system. They get goals. Between them, we should get 30 goals between them. Let's be honest. They should be getting 15 goals each, surely, next season. So that there is a big thing for us. So it all depends on, like I said to you, man, like you get through that door, and that's like a domino effect. And then all of a sudden, you know, the doors start opening. We start moving correctly. Bang, bang. Because remember last time, was it Lenny Yoro, Xerxes, De Ligt? They all came in like similar time. Remember, when they came through, it was like Yoro, Xerxes, or De Ligt and Mazarawi. They all kind of came in period. So it might be a kind of a domino effect.
I think we're underestimating as well the midfield. I feel like people are saying, "Oh, we'll just get a one."
I agree.
I think we need 2 at least. I think we need at least 2, because if you look at what we're losing, we've got Agate, who's very fixed profile. You're not going to get much out of him rather than breaking the ball up and, do you know what I mean? That destructive side. It's not really much more to his game. I think we got bumped there. I'm going to be honest with you. For 60 mil for him is like, for what he does is very basic for 60 mil. Good job we got a cast for another season, because people underestimate him, but we need him for another season. And I feel like Eriksen's gone, and we were already light anyway when we lost like kind of Fred and McTominay, even though they weren't great, but like just looking at different profiles, I think we need a ball. We desperately need a ball progressor. We haven't had one. I mean, who was the last ball progressor at United? Was it Fred? Who was the last one?
I wouldn't even put Fred as that one. The last ball progressor we ever had was probably
Pogba, and he wasn't even supposed to play that. He was better in the 10.
Yeah, man. Before that, like Herrera could do a little bit of that, you know what I mean, and whatnot, but he was more side to side. But you know, I say probably Pogba, Herrera, Matic. To be fair, you know what,
Matic. I was going to say That's who I was going to say, Matic. I'm just thinking,
But it wasn't quick ball progression. It was like
it's more like press resistant. It's just a bit press resistant. That's why I was not sure. That's what I wanted to say. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. And I feel like if we definitely need 2 midfielders, because we need people that, it's not about. I've seen a lot of things where people are after like the perfect profile for Amarin's system. Yeah, we just need better quality all around. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't even have to be top 3 win the league quality at this point. It can be players that are bought for the right price, put on lower wages, and that do a job within the system. And then what we can do is we can add to that. And I also feel like we need players that are comfortable to hold on to the ball. Because when you look at our whole team, it's only Mbeumo that really likes holding on to the ball. Who else in that midfield likes holding on to the ball and is cool with it? Everyone else is like, got to play quickly. I can't think of anyone else. So
Staffy hype, man. He was. I think Matic was so good on the ball in getting the ball.
Yeah, it's a fine line. He was good on the ball. He didn't necessarily progress.
It wasn't what I class as a ball progressor.
He kind of kept the ball sticking. Like I can't explain it.
There was moments where
Matic in the last 2 years. I think Matic in his first 2 years, people are forgetting he was picking up the ball. He was driving through the middle.
Driving with the ball, yeah.
He can run.
Remember that game against West Ham, this debut. Bro, this guy, he sold his dreams in that game, bro. I remember watching that game. Bloody hell.
He was decent that season when he first came. No, I think he was decent that first season when he came.
Yeah. So, like I said, again, it's all about, for me, having that confidence and understanding from the team in it. Once you have that confidence, understanding, like even this Richard Rios, that's why, for me, if we get him, he's a good player, man. I think for me, it's one of them where it's like, I just hope United are after him because
the price was cheap as well, wasn't it? I swear it was like 17 or something last year.
Yeah, man. So we can get him, man. Let's see, man. Let me get these super chats, people. Abdaz, he says, what's going on with our incomings and outgoings? Ineos are frauds, just like the Glazers, broke billionaires selling a fake dream. Same circus, new clowns. Nothing's changed. Hit the like button. Big up Saeed, big up the panel, big up Nuruddin, the therapist. Free United from vampires, free the downtrodden. Free the world, love and respect from India. Big up from India, man. Appreciate, man. Which of the Mandem talk is in Ineos bootlicker hype? Man like Sir Jimothy. And Mbeumo still not signed. I hope we get relegated because we deserve it. Free Palestine. Big up to you, Paddy. Appreciate the donation. Ineos TikTok ball fraud. Barrera just talks these bombs out. If Mbeumo joins Spurs, Ineos Glazers sell your stake. Let real owners take over like Lakers did. We're tired. Hit the likes now. Big up to you. Big up Bilal, said, big up the man. The whole idea of we must sign a top striker ain't for me. If we support Mbeumo and he's Xerxes up front, that's a fluid front three that we can interchange and keep defenders guessing.
I agree with that, you know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. If it meant that we got 2 midfielders, I wouldn't mind Xerxes up front. I can't lie. Yokra moving like Brian Fury from Tekken. Big up to Bilal, says, watch my guy Dogu next season. People are quick to say he's average, but a lot of that was due to scrub Garnacho. Look at the way Konya played with 8 Nuri. Facts. Jason said, not true. Dogu should have had 6 assists if my United players could finish. I see them put a lot of good balls into the box. Vitinha and Bruno play well together for Portugal. Big up Craig says, since when was signing a Premier League proven World Cup Copa America winner mistakes? We have a Stevie Wonder in goal and turning our nose up at Martinez. It's mad, you know, when you put it like that, it is crazy. It is crazy,
We're greedy.
Yeah, we are greedy, man. We are greedy. But listen, people.
Everything.
Yeah, we are going to wrap it up here, people. We have, let's see if we've got 1,000 likes right now, people. Just going to quickly check right now if we've got 1,000 likes. Now we're on 875, people. Let's try and get to that mark, people, if we can. Big up to everyone. We are back, like I said to you, Mandem Talk. We're going to be here. Today was on a Thursday, but we'll be back next Wednesday, people, for the Mandem Talk. You know what I mean? We're back. Hopefully, by next Wednesday, Mbeumo is wrapped up, or at least we get a signing through the door, man. At least minimum signing through the door, man. But Rhino, man, big up to you, man. Love for jumping on as usual, man.
Yeah, man. Big up, man. Make sure you lot are smashing the likes. Big up with the Mandem. It's good to be back on the Mandem Talk, because I know it's not always fun talking about United, but yeah, it's good little vibes, man. Nice little chill vibes still, man.
Yeah, big up, man. Big up to you, man. Big up to my guy Texino, man. Big up, bro.
Big up, man. I smashed the likes firstly. 875 is insane. Make sure that
criminal
is done. Smash those likes. Anyways, look, I don't know if you've known already, but I'm taking over in the commentary scene at the moment. So go and follow the TikTok. Go and follow the Instagram. I think across both platforms we're on about 70k followers now, 75k followers. So we're doing well. And yeah, man, appreciate the support and the love, man. This is all real, no BBLs. You get me? Big up.
Come on, bro. Come on. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Big up to Marcel as well, man. Love, man.
Big up, guys, man. Big up the chat. Big up the Mandem. It's going to be a big season, man. I'm going to start my channel soon as well, talking about the transfer news. It's a perfect time to get onto it. So I'm going to be there. I have my stuff set up. And the channel's Marcel, as you guys know. Obviously, smash the likes for today's Mandem Talk. And next week should be a good one as well, man. Hopefully some business is done.
Yeah, man.
There we go, people. But big up to you. Big up to you. Big up to my guy Leon in the building, man. Leon, what are you saying, bro?
I'm here, man. I'm here. Yeah, you can catch me at Leon's Reality Instagram. I'm got some community work that I'm doing, so I'm putting on an event next month. It's going to be quite big for my city. So yeah, if any of the Mandem can make it, feel free to come down, man. We're doing the first fitness day party in my city, so we've got about 200, 300 people running through the city.
Come on.
We've got after party. We're doing the whole healthy. We're doing like coffee party and DJ and all that sort of thing. So if you want to get a healthy network, if you want to vibe, you want to connect, then we're there in it. So just go on my Instagram, you'll see all the details. But always big up to Saeed. If there's any people out there who've got like access to clay pigeon shooting or a gun range, we need some help with Saeed. I see man shooting on the floor in his vlog.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
hitting the target.
I seen it.
Yeah, man. It's one of them, man. It's long day. I can't lie, man. Long day on them ones. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Like I said, I have to go to Centre Parks, man, and go to do some clay pigeon.
What,
You know what I
Texino, hit me up on Insta, innit, man? Did you say in the Midlands?
Yeah, I'm in the Midlands, bro. Like Wolverhampton area.
Shout me, bro. I'm not far. I'm in Brum tomorrow. Shout me. Hit me up on Insta. I'll message you in it. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. All right, then, people. Listen, people. I'm gonna be back soon. I think Inter Miami are playing Porto, so in Club World Cup, people. So come and tune in a bit, people. But yeah, man, sick show, sick episode. Mandem talk. It's been a big one. Take care, people. We're out. See you soon. Take care. Bye bye.
We're fucking 15th. It's on the. We're 15th. We are 15th, sir. We are 15th. We are 5 points away from relegation. Yeah? We are closer to the bottom than the top, bro. We ain't winning Europa. There's no European football next year.